thank you for watching and for tuning in tonight. I'm going to start by this little thing. All right, tonight we are making quinoa and tofu satay. So like the tofu's in like a sauce served over quinoa. It's gonna be good. Hi Gracie. And then on the side it's gonna be a fruit salad, and the word it's like an Indonesian recipe because that's our theme for this month. And so it's called Rujak. So that's why there's the pun. That's the title of the video. We apologize. So next time we'll plan better. I'm gonna wash my hands for the COVID. Alright, so first I'm going to finish peeling, gloves. First, gloves. That's important. And then I'll finish peeling garlic. But I hope everyone's had a good day and a good week so far. It's almost Friday, so that's nice. So this is like not really my news, but I had a sweet friend who got really good news today, and I think just a lot of people are like really happy for her, because a girl that I worked with back in Mobile, she's had colon cancer, and today her PET scan came back with like no cancer, and so when I saw that on online, I was like really excited. So it's been a good day. Lots of good things. Oh, this glove. So to start this recipe off, we have our food processor here again. And we're just gonna put the garlic and the ginger in and like ground it up. And then we have to add other stuff, and that's gonna make our sauce. But how has your day been? I would like to hear from y'all. Yes, Aubrey, thank you. It is really awesome news. It's a girl from Mobile, so you might have met her when we would like be hanging out together. And it's crazy because she's like only in her 20s, so she like, I guess it's very rare for someone in their 20s to be diagnosed with it, but the chemo is working, so that's so good. Okay, put some garlic in here, and the ginger is I'm gonna just, wow, okay. Yes, it is exciting. Very thankful. And I think she has like a few more rounds of chemo, but it's good to see that the chemo's been working for her, and that hopefully once she finishes chemo, she'll be like in remission. So that's so exciting. But how have your weeks been? Has anything good happened? Anything noteworthy? Yeah, this is a food processor, new kitchen gadget. We actually used it last week, and it kind of scared me. But we're, facing fears. It's what we're all about. I will double check the buttons. I've already plugged it in, so that was part of the issue, is that last week I like pressed a button and then it was like, oh no, it's not plugged in. And then I plugged it in and it was already on. So, you know, we're already ahead of where I was last week. Some good things. Okay. My gloves today are like messing me up. I keep cutting them a little bit. Okay. Alright. One last little piece of garlic. And then I will mute y'all to save your ears. Because apparently it is very loud. Alright. Okay. Gonna put that in there. Gonna put this thing on this part. Gonna put this on here in case you wanted a step-by-step of this process. Okay. Nope, stay down. Okay, I'm going to mute you, or myself, I suppose is the right phrase. Alright, now I'm going to add other things to the food processor, and they will get mixed up in there too. So first, I'm going to add some water. I just need to check how much water. Half a cup. There we go. And then I forgot the apron. I apologize. I promise I will wear it one day. I just keep forgetting that I have one. Soy sauce. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. But except not really soy sauce, it's just coconut aminos because some people can't have soy. Wow. Before you're putting in so much more sauce than you're supposed to, I would just like to say this says 1/4 of a teaspoon, so I'm doing it like 8 times. I also distracted myself from what number I was on, so I'm gonna guess that's it. And then we have agave, and we're gonna do 2. Y'all, it says 2 tablespoons. So we're gonna get more of this soy sauce. Here we go. You know what? I'm just gonna do 1, because maybe that was like equal to a tablespoon. We're fine. Also, can you ever have too much? The answer is probably, in some instances, yes. But not this one. Oh. It's looking weird. I don't really know what it's gonna end up looking like. Oh. We want some of this. Let me grab a spoon. Let's see. All right. So the recipe called for peanut butter, but of course we would avoid that for people with allergies. And also, last week I made something with almond butter, and I'm not going to do that again. So this week we're going to do sunflower butter. So hopefully that turned out good. Whoop. Okay, one more. Bam. Oops. Where did I put the lid? Oh, over here. There we go. Alright. I think all we have left to add is some lime juice. We do, okay, this one actually says teaspoon, so 2 teaspoons. Okay. And then we're gonna add some coriander. Gonna do a little dash. We're gonna eyeball that one. And then some red pepper flakes. Nope, not that side. Okay, here we go. I'm also gonna eyeball that one because it's fine. Okay. And then that is everything. So I'm gonna put this special thing back on. There you go. And I'm gonna put this back on. Alright. And I'm going to mute you again. Alright, and that's our sauce, our satay sauce. There it is. It was suggested to put a chili in there. And it's, sorry. But there will be a part of the Rujak recipe that does require chilies. So you will have a chili in there somewhere. Alright, next we are going to add, we're going to cut up the tofu. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to make space over here for tofu. I accidentally spilled some sunflower butter. Okay. So tofu, I'm still learning a lot about it. So like earlier today, I pressed it like I did last week, and then I put it in the freezer because I thought I'd see what that would do. But then I let it thaw a little bit because how do you chop like you know, how do you chop? You know, something like that. All right. So then, my sweater is in the way. Okay. Just gonna get a new glove. All right. You know, I think it could have some spice without the chilies. Though I may not be the best judge of that. Best judge of what is spicy and what is not spicy might be debatable. It's a relative scale, you know. How do y'all feel about spicy things? I know how some people feel, but how does everyone feel? Are you like, the spicier the better? I don't need to like ever taste anything again, so it can just be really spicy? Or do you like a little bit of spice? Or are you somewhere in between? Are you like no spice? I'm like just like 1 or 2 steps above no spice, really, when I'm being honest with myself. Cutting up the tofu. Okay. Spicy is good to a point. This is true. In my Principles of Drama Therapy class, we're talking yesterday about spectrograms and locograms, which is basically like, you've probably like done this activity for like a team building exercise or something. But like on one side of the room, you're like, this is like, if it's a scale like 0 to 10, and then you ask your like group members, like, place yourself on the scale, like of how you're feeling today, like 0 to 10, or how your week's going, or how spicy you like things. Like, so if we were like doing an in-person thing, which you don't do with COVID, but if we could, then you could use it and be like, okay, line yourselves up on how you like spicy things. But it's mostly used as like a check-in of like, okay, group friends, how are you doing mentally and emotionally? And it's a way for them to show you, but not have to like explain themselves unless they just want to. All right. Okay. Aubrey's in the middle. Yes, I approach spicy cautiously as well. I think that's how my approach to life is, like a little cautious, and there's, you know, nothing wrong with that. Gracie's in the middle. There you go. We have a variety, and that's what's good. Alright, so next, I'm going to put this in a bowl, but not that bowl. I'm saving that bowl for something else. Okay. I'm going to put this in this bowl. I'm going to pour it over the sink. Here we go. Everyone, we're fine. If you heard me scream, I just dropped the blade into the bowl, but that's okay. So now, I'm gonna stick the tofu in there, and all of it may not fit, and that's okay. We can do like a second batch. But I think we're just gonna like let it marinate for a little bit while we get some other stuff started. Yeah, it's probably not gonna all fit. That's okay. I'll like toss it. That's what I'm gonna do. Oop, I broke it. It's fine. Oops. All right, I'm gonna move these around with the spoon. That's what I'm gonna do. Make sure they all get covered. I'm gonna stick this in the refrigerator for a few minutes and we'll come back to it. Oops. Next, we are going to start the quinoa. So, here we go. This may be a little big, but it's fine. All right. So, we're gonna do 2 cups of quinoa. It's like almost the whole bag, so I'm just gonna do the whole bag. Woo! Alright, it's fine. Alright, then we're going to put water where it like covers the quinoa barely. And then put it on the stove. Okay. Then we're gonna let that cook on the stove. All right. I low-key just read the instructions because I threw away the bag too early, but I didn't touch it because that would be gross. So next, while that's cooking and our tofu's marinating, we are going to first preheat the oven to 375. Oop. And then we're going to get the salad ready. And so the fruit salad, we have Just what it sounds like, all the fruits. And we're gonna chop them up. We have our old friend, the pineapple. Let's see, I'm gonna cut the bud off. Oops, that was a little crooked. And then the head off. Oops. Okay, and then like sit it up right like that. What do I want to do? I want to shave off the sides of the pineapple. Let's see. Let's do another spectrogram, but you can like tell me your number because we're not all in the same room. But how do you feel about cold weather, with 0 being like I would like to sweat for the rest of my life, and 10 being like I would like to freeze for the rest of my life? I think if 0 is like hot, I'm probably like a 4, because like today it feels cold to me, and over the weekend, like I think on Sunday the weather's like, it says it's going to be in the 40s, which to me like is winter. And I said that in class because I was like, y'all, it's going to get really cold over the weekend. And everyone was like, no, too soon. And I was like, yeah, it's going to be 48. And they were like, that's not cold. And I was like, you're wrong. Or I guess you're not wrong. Maybe it's like another relative thing. But in my mind, that's cold. That's the extent of winter in Alabama. So the fact that that's like the beginning here is scary. All right. We have some 2s. A 5, like a middle. You know, both could go either way. Aubrey's a 1. Aubrey, you want to sweat? Oops. Let me get the little eyes off. Oops. That was loud. Thank you. It is cold. It's relatively cold, and to me, it is cold. But you know, we're gonna make it. I was having this conversation earlier with someone where like a lot of people from home or from Alabama are telling me like, when it gets really cold, you have to like do things to your car to make sure it still runs in the cold. And I'm like, what do I do to my car? I don't know these things. But everyone from Alabama's like, you have to put a sweater on your engine. That's not real. That's not what they've said. But things like that, like you have to protect your car from the cold, which I've never had to think about. So if I'm supposed to do something, let me know. Okay, it's a little cool in Alabama. Aubrey, if you have a pool, then you're good to go. But what if you don't have a pool? What if you're in the desert and there is no water around? It's just hot. The only water is your figment of your imagination. How would you cope? Oh wait, I don't want this part. Whoa. Okay, these are some good tips. Check your antifreeze. Other than that, it should be fine. I should put a sweater on my engine. It's been confirmed. You heard it here, folks. Okay. Still working on this pineapple. But some other fruits that are going to be in this. Okay, then Aubrey's a 5. Thank you for the clarification, ma'am. But other fruits that we're going to put in the fruit salad are mangoes and green apples and cucumbers. Yeah, I think that's it. Those are the things. And then you can like make this sauce to like put over the fruit, and that's where the pepper comes in. So it might be like this like spicy and sweet thing. So we'll see how that goes. That will be very interesting. Oh, you know what? I think this part is like the core. We don't need that. All right, last little piece. Ah, I almost dropped the pineapple. Uh-oh. Let's bring this down a little bit more. Oh, okay, so my nanny's talking about the fair. So in Montgomery, every October the fair comes, which I'm sure Kansas has a fair somewhere. I don't know where it is, but you know, I'm sure there's a fair. But everyone goes and it's really fun. There's like rides. There's a lot of fried food if that is your thing. Which is it's got some good food. I think this year it's going to look a lot different because of COVID, but they're still having it, which, you know, I'm sure some people feel different ways about, but I'm sure for some people who like look forward to it, it's like one thing that's going on like normal. So I bet that will be really fun. I hope the weather is nice. There was one time we went to the fair and they had one of those rides that looks like a double Ferris wheel, which I don't know if you have like ridden this before, but it is the most terrifying thing I've ever been on, and I will probably never do it again. And I like to ride rides. Like, I'm okay with heights, I'm okay with rides, but this one was the worst, and I will never do it again. This Alabamian does think of 60 degrees as cold because that's what it was today and I was wearing a sweater. Also, I'm sorry that the fair here sucks. That's upsetting. for the longest time, I like thought that the fair was like special to Montgomery, and then I like went other places. I was like, y'all have a fair. It's all over. But they label it so they call it the Alabama National Fair, which makes it sound like a national event. And it's more of a local thing, but still very fun. If you like the fair or fair type events, do you have a favorite like ride that you like to ride? Oh gosh. Oh, my computer went to sleep. This is fair. They're not like well put together, which if you think too hard about, like, I don't know why anyone rides them when you like are thoughtful about it, because you're like, these were put up in less than a day, but they're safe, they're fine. But when you don't think too hard about it and you're like, yay, this will be fun, they're pretty fun. The phrase "a blast and a half," that's funny. That's funny to me. But yeah, the Tilt-A-Whirl's a classic, and I think it might be one of my favorites too. You can't go wrong. There's low stakes, so like if it does break, you're not like high in the air or upside down. You know, the chances of injuring yourself are pretty low on a Tilt-A-Whirl, so that's a good idea. The Himalaya, that one is also fun, except it can like really hurt your hip if you're like on the side that like gets pinned to the side of the seat. It can be kind of painful. Alright, our oven is preheated, so I'm going to get a baking sheet and we're going to bake the tofu in the oven. Running out of space. I do this to myself every week. Okay. I'm going to get the spoon with slots in it. This one will do. And place the tofu on the baking sheet. Some of them have broken. I'm choosing to believe that's okay. And then we save the like marinade and we'll put it over the quinoa. When I was younger, I really loved the fair ride. That like it was just like gravity that keeps you on, and it spins really fast, and then the like things like slide up to the ceiling. I thought that was very fun when I was younger, And I still like have ridden it now, but the like enclosed feeling, I realized I'm like, I'm not as big of a fan of this as I used to be because I feel a little claustrophobic. Oh, okay, so it is like pared down because of COVID, which makes sense. Not being indoors for like a concert or something makes sense. Not the best thing to do right now, so way to go, Alabama, for making that decision. Okay. It's taken me a hot minute. I know that y'all can't smell it, but it smells pretty good. Trying to think of other like fair memories that I have, because when we were all like living at home, going to the fair was like an event. Like we would all the whole family would go and we would spend like all day there because fair things are kind of expensive. So if you're not there like the whole day, then you're probably not getting your money's worth, I guess. So we would go like 10:30 in the morning to like, I don't know. It was dark outside. And then every time we would leave the fair and go eat at Waffle House, which is just a nice tradition. What is the opinion on Waffle House here in Kansas? I haven't seen one, so I'm guessing you don't have one. Sorry, I probably have too much tofu here, but you know what? I just thought it was gonna be enough. And it might be a bit much. Work. What are people's other weekend plans? I know some people are going to the fair. Some people might be doing fall related things. Gracie, did you go to the pumpkin patch? We talked about that last week. Actually, I feel like you told me that you didn't. I feel like you told me it rained when we talked on the phone. So maybe you can go this week if it's not raining. I'm running out of room. crowded on this baking sheet. Also, I may need to make some more of this because a lot of it is not in here anymore. Blech. Alright, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost done fishing tofu out of this bowl. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in the refrigerator to save it for later. And I'm gonna place this in the oven. All right. We do like the circus, Nanny. We do that every year as well. All right. So we're going to let the tofu bake for like 20 or 25 minutes. So until like 7:50. So we have more fruit to cut up. That's exciting. I'm gonna save these for a second. Gonna cut up the mangoes. Sorry, my nose is itching. Okay. How important it is to peel a mango. Let me look this up. I'm gonna Google it. Gonna change my gloves as well. Looking up some hacks on how to cut a mango the best way, because that could take me 10 years to cut these mangoes. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna try that way. Let's see how this goes. I've already messed up this one. It's fine. Okay, let me fix my sweatshirt. Okay. The method of cutting the mango is called the hedgehog method, which that's fun. Whoop. Okay. You know what? I'm going to abandon this method. I'm going to do it my own way. You eat the skin. Good plan, good plan. Good plan. All right. Let me get it. I'm gonna. All right. Ah, I almost cut my glove. Oh, no. I've already cut up the pineapple. There is skin if you just want the skin. Let me see about this little middle of the mango. I'm going to do this like I did the pineapple. I think that this is going to be how I do it. And if it takes some time, we will survive. Actually, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. All right. Okay. Yeah, get these off. Brown. All right. This is a very clumsy process of cutting this, so I'm sorry. But we're making it through. Okay. is your favorite fruit, if you have a favorite fruit. Since we're having fruit salad. Whoop, okay, that piece is gone. It went under the cutting board. Okay. Oranges. Those are good. I do appreciate a good orange. When I was reading about this salad recipe, it was really cool because it kind of like, these are the fruits that they suggested, but like, depending on where you are, you could probably put like any fruit. So if you're like somewhere that has like very cool fruits like dragon fruit or things like that, you can mix and match. I bet like mango pieces would be really good as like dried fruit. Even though I've never like done the process of drying fruit myself. I'm gonna leave that. How are we doing on time? In like 10 minutes, we'll probably check on the tofu. Ooh. Ooh, okay. We can dehydrate fruit. Because that could be good. I was thinking, I don't know how, like, practical it is, but we had been talking earlier about, like, finals care packages, and it would be cool to, like, dry fruit, and then people can have, like, fruit that's been dried. I don't know. I'm sure there are some logistics with that to consider because of COVID, but it could be good. Whoops. Oh. Okay. This is true. I could switch my knife. Excellent point. But the question is, will I? I probably will, because I'm struggling. I just tore that one. Wow. Okay. These. All right. All right. We just have one more mango. This is a lot of mango, but that's okay. They were on sale, so that's why I ended up with 4, because I was probably going to get less, but then I was not going to receive the deal if I was going to get 4. So that's how we ended up with this many. I don't know. Can you use kitchen scissors to chop up a mango? I have never thought about that before. But that's very kind of you to ask, Nanny. Something says battery low in here. I don't really know if we're concerned about that. But I just wanted it to be known that it said it. All right. I think we're almost done with this mango here. Gonna save that. So I was gonna ask y'all's opinion of the recipe also calls for green apples. But I was trying to debate, like, should I save the apples and put them in tomorrow so that they don't like turn brown overnight? Because then the bowl will not be like as pretty if it's like all of this nice gold color and then brown apples. Almost done cutting the mango. Oop, and I missed the bowl. Okay, do the apples last minute. The people have spoken. We're gonna put them in tomorrow. That way they still look nice and aren't like soft and gross. Thank you for voting. I appreciate the input. Sometimes when I'm doing something, I think like, oh, it would be really bad if this happened. And my brain was just like, it would be so bad if I like knocked over this bowl of fruit. It would be bad. Not like the end of the world. I would just go to the store and buy some more fruit because I probably couldn't feed it to you once it's been on the floor. But still a hassle nonetheless. Alright, so we have our fruit. And I'm going to check the tofu. Oops. Alright. So our tofu's done. The quinoa's done. I checked that, so that's good. Oops, it said it again. And we may have an apple slicer here. I'm sure we got one somewhere. We'll do it. We'll be just fine. Let's see what's next. So next we can make our sauce that will like go over the fruit and be potentially really yummy or strange. I don't know. We'll see how we feel about it. I forgot cucumbers, so we're actually gonna chop those up. Right. So backtracking because I forgot about our cucumbers. Let me wash these up. cucumbers, we will make the sauce. And the sauce, it kind of surprised me because it called for like shrimp paste, and I was like, that's not very vegan of you. But I looked up like substitutes for that. So apparently you can substitute a mushroom for a shrimp, and they're not so different. Cucumbers going over here. Okay, switching gears. I'm gonna take these gloves off and get some new ones. Alright, so for the Rujak sauce, we put sugar and water and boil it so that it becomes like a syrup. And then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. And then that will be it. We just boil them on the stove.
Battery low.
And that's it. So we have in here, we're gonna put half a cup of water. And we're going to put half a cup of sugar. The recipe calls for palm sugar, but it says you can substitute brown sugar for that. So that's what we're gonna do, because that's what we have. And then we're gonna put that on the stove. Okay. So we're gonna bring that to a boil, and then we'll let it simmer for a few minutes. Where's my spoon? All right. So while we're letting that boil, we can take the rest of our sauce that we made and we can pour that over the quinoa, so then that and this tofu will have it on there. going to work on the sauce for the fruit. So first, I made it a little overcomplicated, which was my bad. But I like dried mushrooms, and then we have to blend up the mushrooms. So I'm going to get the blender. Yes, because I already put that in there. I'm going to move this out of the way. So many kitchen, what do you call these things? Kitchen utensils being used today. Except this one has like a very short, like, cord. So I have to put it like right there.
Battery low.
Alright, let me get our dried mushrooms. Dried, they got like a little, they got very crisp, but I think that's what we were going for. So that's a good thing. Because we're done with that. And I'm going to grab the lid. That would be important. I'm going to remember to mute you. There we go. Alright, so now that we have ground up our mushrooms, we are still going to let our sauce boil for a few more minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to get our other ingredients ready. We need water again. Where'd that cup go? Ah, here we go. Alright. And it says tamarind juice, but you can replace that with lime juice, which we do have. And then we have our ground things in here, the mushrooms, and then some salt, and then a pepper. I'm just gonna give it a few more minutes because it's for it to like get a little bit thicker. But I guess, a lot of people asking if we want to be famous. But no thank you. I'm good. So we've got this. We have our quinoa and our tofu. That's the word. Oh, we can add our tofu to the quinoa. And then you'll see that that's what it looks like for tomorrow. I think that's enough for right now. Just kind of go. Okay, hold that for a second. All right, so now I think it has simmered for enough times. Those bots. And then we're gonna add this stuff in there. So first, I'm gonna add the water. And then let's add these, which I'm just very curious how this is going to go. And then some lime juice. Let's say fourth of a cup. Fourth of a cup. Here we go. And a little bit of salt. And I believe that's that. Oh, the little piece of pepper I'm gonna get. Oh, sorry. All right. And then we'll bring that back to a boil. Gonna stir a little bit. So now we let that boil, and then we'll simmer it for a few more minutes, and then we strain it and pour it over the fruit salad. But I think we will do, like, pour it over it tomorrow once we've added our apples. So that is about it. Yes, I bumped the stand where our laptop is, and I'd like to apologize. That was my bad. But you know, it's still fine. But yeah, let me give you a close-up of this fruit salad. I'm gonna toss it around a little bit. Gonna make it look prettier. What do I want to do that with? I'm gonna take it over here. I'll be back. Throwing things away. Alright, let me try the camera.
Battery low.
Okay. Hey! We did it! There's the fruit salad. And just picture it with apples and some sort of sauce on it. And that's what the final product's gonna be. But I'm gonna go back to this one. And just leave that there. Okay. But there we go. So we have Rujak and we have our sauce. It is now boiling again. So we're gonna let it simmer for a few minutes and then that's it. That's it for today. If you're in Manhattan, feel free to come get some food between 11 and 1 tomorrow. And if you're around on Sunday in the evening, there's going to be a outdoor cabaret performance. If you would like to come to that. I believe it starts at 6:30, 6:30-ish. And it'll be out in the ECM parking lot. So please bring a blanket or something to sit on, because I think it's bring your own chairs or bring your own seating, and enjoy some art, performance art that will be done. But that's all I got. So let me get my fancy little bell. Oh, there it is. I had a moment. I thought I lost it. But there we go. Oh, it's very quiet, but I can hear it. So just trust me that it made noise. But that's it. Thank you.